Hi, hello, viewers of MANATV and TV5. It's a very remarkable day today as we welcome a great leader, a proud John Street resident, and someone who is deeply committed to community services, Mr. Bob Erramilli garu. Many of us know Bob Garu is dedicated public servant who has worn multiple hats. So he's a combat pilot, veteran, a healthcare entrepreneur, and now a trusted city council member and candidate for re-election. So though every phase of his, Bob's career, he stood for integrity, innovation, and inclusion. These are the values that have shaped him and his vision for Johns Creek. So his campaign now really focuses right now on smart growth, physical responsibility, enhanced public safety, better traffic management, and expanding parks and recreation opportunities. So it's a great honor to welcome Mr. Bob Erramilli garu to our show, and I'm really proud to introduce to him. So welcome, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lavanya.
For our TV5 viewers and Mana TV viewers, it's really a pleasure to have you here today, sir. So we know you have been a combat fighter for the last 14 years. So can you just share your experience? What shaped you into this perfect, city council right now?
See, one of the things military teaches you is, or rather my superiors were telling me is, if you won't, who will?
Yes.
What it means is, if you are going to not step up to the plate, can you expect somebody else to step up? And especially this being my city, if I can't take care of my city, and this is part of our country, so therefore, if we don't step up to the plate, how can I expect to be a leader who is worth emulating?
Yeah, definitely. So that's a wonderful answer, and thank you so much for telling that. So yeah, and I've also known that you moved into the healthcare entrepreneurship. So
Yeah.
what exactly inspired you to move towards the healthcare industry?
It so happened that when I came here, I couldn't join the United States Air Force
Okay.
because I was not a citizen. So therefore, I was like every other good Indian, I became a software agent, consultant. And once that happened, my wife is a physician. And she got into her entrepreneurial spirit. And she said, I am going to open my own clinic. I would like you to drop your software profession and come join me. So therefore, since that day, for last 17, 18 years or so,
Okay.
I was working the healthcare as an administrator.
Okay.
And that has stopped when some corporation acquired us. And now I'm into full-time into politics.
Wow. So a family man who is deeply rooted with all these values. So what exactly influenced you to become this, enter into this politics basically?
True. As I said, because I think, like if you see any of our kids, they're so smart. Everybody in Johns Creek has got the top 3 schools in the
Yes.
state.
Yes.
So which means the best and the brightest are coming from here, but they all choose different professions except something like public policy. My idea is to make sure that all people see that anybody can enter public service if you have the determination and the will to do good to your community.
Yes.
So that is my aim, and that you can talk about it or show that you can do what. So I chose the path of doing it rather than talking about it.
That's wonderful, sir. So you're setting an example for the youth.
Yes.
Yeah. And when it comes to youth, sir, I've heard that you have mentored for a non-profit I Rose Up, right? So you founded and you mentored that. Can you talk about that?
I certainly can. This is what happens is people who come from immigrant countries, typically they have to establish themselves, they have to send in their roots. The parents have priorities like, how do I make my child an all-rounder and academically well off so that they are well rooted in their future. But unfortunately, they don't develop a lot of soft skills, and more often than that, they get excessive independence moment they leave house and join the college. At that point, there is a chance, your friends are like a buttons on an elevator.
True.
Some take you up, some take you down.
Take you down, yes.
So the point is, I want people, when I am showing them these varied experiences via this mentoring program, That will help them keep their goals in front of them and less on distractions. So this is our attempts. If we don't do it, somebody else will occupy that space.
Yeah.
And my point is it going to be 100% true? Hey, I will not be wanted for trying.
Okay.
Correct? I definitely have to try. Give my best shot and see how we can do this. As I said, if our children are coming up, they need a little bit of tweaking in their outlook.
Yeah.
So like last month, 2 months ago, I took a bunch of kids to a nuclear plant.
Wow.
Growing up, I never had that chance.
Absolutely. Even today, I didn't have the chance. So I should say the kids are lucky enough to get that opportunity.
So the point is, once they see that they see that the horizons are not limited to what they see in the school or learn, so they see actually,
Yeah.
see the true power of United States, how it can be manifested. So that is what we want to see. When you talk of cutting edge technology, United States is in the forefront, bleeding edge of technology, as they say.
True.
Correct?
Yes.
So I took them to a place where they were making surgical robots.
Wow.
This is a Fortune 100 company.
Okay.
Most of the time when teenagers, I talk to them, they are little preoccupied with themselves, what others are thinking about them and stuff like that. But that particular moment, that company guys opened up their labs and said, hey, use these computers and we are simulating surgery.
Wow.
They just forgot about all the adults in the room. And they were so busy, so engaged. That was something very nice. So my point, what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to have just a narrow choice in your careers. There are so many good things you can do. Like, you can either make the robot or be the boss of the company which makes robots.
True, absolutely. But people like you come out and explaining it to the younger generations definitely leads that path too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are really happy to have you and guide our children, our younger generations by this amazing mentoring program. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about something about your campaign and your vision. I have seen that you have some stated priorities like smart growth, physical responsibility. So what exactly you mean by smart growth and how we are adopting it in our real life?
See, smart growth is what the people want with how we can make it better.
Okay.
Let's give me an example. Our Johns Creek residents are perfectly contented to come back to the city where they call it a refuge of comfort. When they finish their long day's work, they should come to Johns Creek, and when they put their head on the pillow, they should sleep soundly. No surprises, no shocks, no compromise on quality of life. Their island of comfort remains intact. And yes, the city can help by increasing the infrastructure. Also, as the city grows, our needs grow, as the needs evolve, we need fresh input of capital. So therefore, it always is good when you have a balance of commercial growth versus quality of how it can impact the quality of life for us.
True.
So that is what I believe is smart growth. It's not just embracing technology. If I was in downtown, my point is just to put a plant there, start the AI growth or similar quantum physics, quantum computing, things like that. But here, this is a place where I come to relax.
Yeah.
So this is actually a bedroom community, so to say. But also, my point is, I'm very mindful of the fact that our children, if they are studying medicine, they're going out to some other state to do residencies and all that.
True.
If they're in finance, they're going to New York. If they're in technology, moment they finish Georgia Tech, they're finding themselves on West Coast. Yeah. I want all of them to come here also. So therefore, the smart growth means you create opportunities for them here so that they stay here in Georgia. And more specifically, Chance Creek.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a
So
very
that is the idea of me saying what brings them back.
Okay.
They need a good quality of life. They also need an opportunity.
True.
And they need a quality of life at a very reasonable cost.
True. That is more important because the kind of cost that we are seeing right now, we want everything to be a little balanced with a good growth and good opportunities for our kids too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are definitely hoping for that to happen
Yes.
soon. And one of your other campaigning vision was the traffic management. So we know that John Street traffic is growing really high, the volume of the traffic and everything. So what specific metrics are, I mean, as you are planning, or do you have any suggestions that you want to take?
Sure. Here is what. It's not entirely Johns Creek's created problem.
No, no, no.
Whole lot of Forsyth people are driving through our city.
I didn't mean to say that, but yes.
No, that's the fact. But my point is, we can't have. See, we travel through Peachtree's corners.
Yes.
So we adding to their volume.
Yeah.
At some point, because these are interconnected cities, there is a plan called North Fulton Traffic Management Plan, comprehensive plan. So which actually like Alpharetta, Fulton, Cobb County, all this will actually start evolving into a joint plan. Like our State Bridge Road, it connects Gwinnett County to Fulton to Cobb.
Yes. Yes.
So the point is, it doesn't make sense for us to talk about it in isolation. Like in Johns Creek, our State Bridge Road is 3 lanes. Moment you go after some distance into Alpharetta, it becomes 2 lanes.
Yes.
Now those people are trying to increase it to 3 lanes. So the idea where we have to concentrate our, we found out that, we are spending all our resources taking care of my end of the business or our end of the business. I think if it's a comprehensive development plan, it'll be seamless.
Yeah.
Because everything, it's an administratively different unit. Right next to about cross the river, you're in Gwinnett.
Yeah.
At the different city, Duluth.
Yes.
That's, within the county, there's a city. So there's a separate administrative unit. We have to talk to them. They talk to us. We have to, you'll probably talk of traffic management. Won't we like to synchronize our lights so that when you guys starting from here, how can we talk to each other, different systems? So that is where I said, if we have something like a comprehensive regional approach to this, we should be doing a much better job there. So that is it. But whatever dollars we allocated, like the intersection improvements and all that, it'll fold into that,
Okay.
to this larger plan.
Okay. That's good to know, sir. So the other agenda was on the parks and the recreations that you
Yeah.
have. So how do you intend to balance that development and everything like on these parks and increase the revenue kind of thing or people's interaction with those?
Yeah. So one of the things which I want to let you know is, when I'm campaigning, I'm actually going and meeting people at their homes. And it is very surprising. Everybody is so well informed. And they have no qualms in telling you where the city needs improvement. And therefore, they always say, hey, you're developing too much. You're cutting down too many trees. I said, and that's when we have to answer this. Now, since you asked me that question, I'll answer this. See, we have something called Comprehensive Land Usage Plan.
Okay.
This is divided into various areas, our city, about 8 areas. So each area people tell, hey, this is how I want my end of town.
Okay.
Because geography is different. Like ours is called
Riverside.
Not Riverside, Rivers Estate.
Oh, okay.
So therefore, in the Rivers Estate, we can't disturb the land.
Oh, okay.
So there is a different objective there. But where if you go towards some parts towards Alpharetta, those people, they're relatively on flat lands. So you can put more density there. Similarly, when you go along the river, it is different. And along highways, it is different. So you have these character areas. So therefore, it is always the people who keep opining, and this document is updated every 10 years. 5 years, they upgrade it. 10 years, it's second set of documents or third set of documents, like that.
It's really, something new that even I'm getting to know today. So thank you so much for sharing.
So therefore, so it is fairly safe. If you take down certain trees, it requires compensatory tree plantation elsewhere. So it's not that we indiscriminately fall tree. It also makes it, obviously, when people need houses, places to live, there is some land to be cleared.
Yeah, true.
So, but we make sure that developers are planting similar trees elsewhere, native to Georgia.
Okay, that's good to know, sir. And the other one is, we all know that Johns Creek is really highly, livable and very safety. So how do you want to build that ranking going forward, that it's still more safe and, good place for the people living here?
Here, if you notice, USA gets the maximum number of medals in Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes. Year after year. I mean, every 4 years, we get maximum. How is that happening? The athletes are working twice as hard
Yes.
because the people outside USA are also trying to defeat USA. They know what times this guy is running or this guy is swimming. So they will always try to do better than that. So a US athlete, what he does, he tries to improve himself. The point is, we follow the same logic.
Okay.
So every time when we go to the citizens, they keep telling us, hey, we are doing this, we are running short of this. And we got something called this strategic planning.
Okay.
That document identifies what are the areas where we can tinker a little more. One of the stated facts of Johns Creek is, when we formed this city, we had 85% of the land was occupied.
Yeah.
It was not something that land is available free and we can put something new there.
True. Yeah. Got it.
So one of the things is, if you want to keep it, just like an athlete, you got to stay in top shape. Right?
Yeah.
And then you use something new, like extra new technology which comes to make him faster.
Okay.
But basically, intrinsically, you got to keep it smart. So therefore, there are certain things which a city has to guarantee its citizens, like its safety. Then it also guarantees people the quality of life, which is a little more nebulous, in the sense you can't put your finger on it. But if you build these parks, if you ease the traffic congestion, so it's a comprehensive solution.
Yeah.
So we have again, same, just the way we have the comprehensive land usage plan, we have comprehensive parks and recreation plan. Okay. How do we increase? Like I've seen you in the Collie Creek Park flagging off some 5K races. That park is still about 55% only developed.
Okay.
So we know what goes where and how we can.
That's wonderful. So you are saying that we have a contingency plan for everything, like
We plan.
Okay.
We are always planning that, and we keep visiting it every year.
Okay.
We visit it every year so that if it needs any more tweaking or priorities need to change, or good opportunities arise, we're slightly nimble.
Okay. So do you do any retrospectives after you have implemented stuff, okay, last year we implemented this. Let's see what went well, what didn't go well. Do you have those checkpoints anytime?
Oh, you do. We always check, especially when you undertake some projects. Are we running on budget? Are we running on time? Okay. So those are continuously, we keep getting feedback on it.
Okay.
And there are times when the staff comes back to us. The way I need to tell you a little bit about how our role is as a city council. We're the topmost echelon. So we, like in a human being, brain of the city.
Yeah.
So we make the policy. We set the policy, just hoping that the rest of the body will follow. If you make good policies, the rest of the body can follow through. If there is some thing which needs deficit, the thought process is there that needs to be rectified. So because of that, whatever is happening in the city initiates in the council.
Okay.
The staff executes the vision.
Okay.
So we do not check whether the bridge is being built correctly or not to specification,
I know that.
things like that. But I mean, even if I was a CEO of a company, I will not know that, but I will be responsible for that.
Yeah.
But the board of directors will definitely question the CEO if a couple of bridges start falling off,
Of course.
falling down.
Yeah.
Right? So that's exactly. So the second aspect I have is oversight.
Okay.
Whether there's any oversight and responsibility.
Okay.
These are a couple of things. So this is how our city works. So any aspect of it, we have about 15 departments. All departments report to somebody called city manager, and that city manager is employed by us.
Oh, okay.
City manager reports to us.
Okay.
Exactly like a CEO.
Okay. So you get all the feedback, you take the
Yes, we do get the
measures needed for
yes.
that. Next steps to happen
Yes.
in that.
Yeah. Right. If the chief of police comes and tells us, sir, I foresee, because of certain events, certain developments, there's a likelihood of our crime going up.
Okay.
I would like some additional resources so that this is a manageable problem. It doesn't get out of hand. We don't let the situation, or we are always ahead of the situation, ahead of the curve. Okay. So that is something, when they come to us, we allot resources to them.
Okay. So as you talked about your policies and everything, so how about the transparency and accountability about these aspects? Like what are the specific measures that you take so it reaches the the person, I mean, or the end person?
Yeah. So the one of the things which you talked of what I want to do in my second term is to ensure that there is certain level of higher degree of transparency,
Okay.
and primarily because I still feel the citizens are not finding it like a city hall is a little bit opaque, not very transparent, can't, it's not something responsive to citizens at times. So that is the thing which can be helped by a lot by improving the communications.
Yeah.
If you come to our city and say, hey, I need to build an extension to my kitchen or my portico. When you go to our engineering department, if those guys just shove some papers in front of you and say, fill this up and get it to us,
Okay.
that may not be an entirely a right thing to do. They can sit with you, they can say, please get your contractor, we'll tell you what needs to be done,
Okay.
and we'll tell you what schedule we'll follow and what is involved in it. See, those are these, how do I say, if instead of proactive, these are those proactive steps which you can take,
Okay.
which is again a mindset of better communication. How do I communicate this better so that there's no fog
Yeah.
in our citizens' mind what to expect and how predictable we can become.
I'm sure you're going to implement that in your next term,
Yeah.
and we are really hoping for that, sir. So thank you so much. And yeah, I know you've been in this role for a long time. So what was the challenging part for you? I know it's managing multiple people, so I mean, meeting a lot of expectations from the people is really hard. So what was one of your most challenging stuff that you thought?
So what am I regret? I mean, what do I think I can, which frustrates me a little, or frustrates me a little? The pace of the city is such, it doesn't move as fast as a private enterprise. Because
Okay.
private enterprise is a very cohesive unit,
Okay.
which every aspect of it is tightly controlled. The difference between a public enterprise and a private enterprise is the public enterprise has got continuous visibility into, I do not know what is happening behind IBM.
Yeah.
What product is coming, the entire company gets together and puts, only thing I see is the
Output.
output.
Yes.
In case of a government organization, I need to do it in such a transparent fashion because I am using people's resources.
True.
So therefore, it takes a little longer time. And also because we are so transparent, we also attract some legal issues. So therefore, we need to bottle up those kind of, button up that aspect also, so that it does take time because when you go through all this thing.
Okay.
So therefore, you have certain level of frustration. Having been an entrepreneur for about 17, 18 years, you can turn that ship on a dime. City takes a little longer. So that
I
is
totally understand.
so that is one of the things which I find maybe we can work on something about it.
That's good to know, sir. So yeah, I think we've talked about your professional life, your campaigning and everything. So let's talk a little bit about your family too.
Oh.
So I know ma'am is so supportive in this case. So what was one thing when she said when you entered politics, or this particular role and responsibilities is way too different. I know leadership starts at home, and that's where you are here. So can you just let us know what was her words when you entered into politics?
Yeah, I think you know what, politics, or I can tell you even before.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things, when you're flying these fast jets, you're flying at real low level and you're tearing at 800, 900 kilometers per hour. It doesn't take much time to hit the ground if you are preoccupied.
Okay. Yeah.
So they always tell us, leave your worries home. There's only room for you in the cockpit. So the point is, I'm sure when you're married, when you have a house, when you run things, there are obviously certain frustrations are there, certain level. One of the things Shamla, I can count off it is, she always used to send me off when I was going to flying. Nothing, everything is, we can take care of it subsequently. Because if you come back, I'll have somebody to deal with.
That's
Right.
wonderfully said.
And so she's got a very strategic vision about everything. When she says, "Hey, you want to go into politics? Go ahead," because I can't have an unhappy man in the house, especially now that my son is no longer staying with us.
Yes.
We are only two people. If I have my better half, the only other person in the house is extremely unhappy, that would make her life very unhappy, despite the stresses she goes through in her
Professional life.
professional life, and she
Yeah.
is doing her life is.
I know, amazingly, she supports you, and that's why, you're successfully playing different multiple hats, right, from the combat pilot to, right now till the city council. So, yeah, absolutely.
So last 1 month, I mean, I'm sure last 1 month, one and a half month or so, she has never seen me in the evenings at home. Because by the time I come back, it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and she's asleep. By the time I get up in the morning, 7:30, 8, she's already gone to work. I'm sure she needs some inputs from me, something I need to do in the home or outside or take care of actions of the government and things like that.
But, you're lucky, sir, you have such a supportive wife, and, we are really proud to say that you are an Indian too. So, thank you so much for that. And we really wish you a good luck, and we want to see you again getting re-elected, and wish you a great, great success from our viewers of MANATV, TV5, and all of us, sir. So, do you have to say anything to our audience before we
Yeah,
leave?
I'm certain. Here's what I want to tell. You're in America. This is one message for you. Think local. You're an American first. Your kids are going to realize their dreams here. Think local, act local, and be local. I understand we have long ties with back home in India, but I think your first, that is in the rear view mirror. You can't drive looking only in the rear view mirror. And people in India, I want to tell you, India and USA are two phenomenal countries. One has a great future ahead, one has already established a future, enviable future. Imagine if these two powers get together, how good it will be for rest of the world, because both our value systems run parallel. This is something which I want to specially emphasize for viewers in India. Understand, in every relationship there are hiccups, but those are not speed bumps, permanent speed bumps. They will be. Every nation has got a right to take care of its interest. So things will even out. All these wrinkles will be taken care, because leaders are leaders. They have vision on their eyes are on the horizon. So kindly be a little more patient. Things will work out. And I'm sure tomorrow is going to be a very, very good day for both this India and USA.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, and thanks for your valuable time. I know you're very busy, but while we requested, you just gave us your time. So thank you so much, and it's a great honor again to have Mr. Bob Erramilli on our show. So thank you, viewers, for watching, and see you again in the next show. Namaste.
Namaste.